Instagram, I know you lying. No, you did not just. Instagram, I know you lying. Y'all, why would Instagram cut my girl off?
Hold on, let me just switch the camera around. Hold on 1 second.
I'm over here
Bye.
like Instagram.
Yo,
I
that
know
was
you
like a
lying.
commercial. I even said it too. I was like, okay, I got time to wipe my face. I said, okay, I got time to, clean it up. Not only did I have time to clean it up, but I was like, dang, you literally just left off of you showing up isn't enough. Bam! Closed camera. That job was lit. You would have thought we would have asked for that. That was good. That was good.
I was like, and I had to hurry up and try to save it. I was like, I'm gonna do the caption later, but I hate when you save your lives. You have to hurry up with the cover photo because you can't go back and edit it. So I'm like, God damn, let me hurry up, put this photo up. I could go back and do the caption later. But I'm like, what? I didn't know Instagram has a limit. I've seen people on live for hours.
Girl, they've been doing
they cut off
that. We just talking in our own world.
Oh, I made that up. I had another guest on. We were talking about podcasting. Same thing happened, and I thought like maybe that was just him.
No, they really do.
No, they really
do it. And this is why I hate crying every time, because then second half, you like, dang, what happened to her? She go crazy.
No, you were spitting some real stuff.
I'm such a crybaby. I'm sick of it.
That's
you know what's so guys?
I tell people all the time, everything that I've gotten, I would say the worst part, the hardest year for me was not even the pandemic. The pandemic was actually amazing for me. I think the year after the pandemic was really hard. And I wrote up down a bunch of stuff I put on my wall. And everything that I put on that wall happened last year and this year. And I tell people this all the time, and they think when you talk about like manifesting or like being your faith, people don't take that seriously. It's like, no, you really have to speak these things. You have to write it down and see it. And I always speak things as if it's already happening.
It's a power.
It's a power. But like, I'm like, why are you talking like it happened already? I'm like, no, but it's gonna happen. I'm speaking about it as if it happened, and people think you crazy. And I'm like, I feel like you and I should be living testaments to this stuff, especially where people have access to me before I get up there, and I'm like, all right, I gotta be careful about the energy, the people around me. But you have access to me, which is why I wanted to do this show, get access to the people that you need to be hearing from, learning from. Like I feel like my show is for the underdogs, girl, for the people that should not thinking about that are
girl. Absolutely, this show is for the underdogs, and I'm glad that you started it. I'm glad that you're doing it. I'm glad that you're walking in your purpose, because I saw like your post how you were saying like, people been canceling, people been that's what happens, when they don't see the value. You know what I'm saying? People can't commit to things that they feel like they don't see the value in it yet, because if you was Oprah, to be honest, they wouldn't have done that. But it's okay. They don't have to know who you are. Say that all the time. Remember what I told you earlier. They don't have to know who you are. They're going to realize in 10 years from now, dog it, I was on the wrong side of history. I had an opportunity to stand next to that girl. Let me tell you something. I only align with real hustlers and good people. That's the only people I align with. And I tell people this all the time. I know who's going to make it before they start making it. That's why it's so funny, because people be looking at me like, how did you know this person before they got on? Yeah, because we all were grinding together when no one knew who any of us were. And one thing about me is I can see the hunger in somebody and say, oh, that person's going to make it, because I can feel the hunger, So it's funny because your friends start getting on. Like, these are legit your friends that you knew before everybody else knew. And people are like, well, dang, well, what was you doing back in the day? We was hustling in Atlanta for $25, over 8 on set, being extras that no one cared about.
So, exactly. And like being consistent and supporting each other. Like I'm making my business to support everyone that I'm watching. And then I've reached out to so many people. Like I'm lucky that I'm able to have a consistent every Thursday of people that up until May. I think after May I'm gonna take a break, because Thursday is getting kind of hard. I'm like, all right. But I know the vision of this show, and I've even reached out to people who I know probably won't see my email, but it's worth a try. Eventually, somebody will talk about it with you.
But that's on them. If they don't want to align, that's on them, and that's why I told you under your post. You press on anyhow. I've been so disappointed with people saying they was gonna do stuff and they didn't do it. That's fine. And you know what's so funny? These same people was like, oh, oh, Shy. Oh, no. Because I already know your character now. You know what I'm saying? So you good where you at, but that's what happens. See, because I already believe in myself. So if I feel like, hey, let's connect, let's collab, let's support each other, and you feel like, well, she's not the most popular in the game right now, so it's not worth it, that is on you. Because one thing about me is I always remember who was real from the beginning. Everybody who was real from the beginning are still here with me now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a genuine person. That's how I run. That's how I roll. I don't switch up. So if you don't see the value and standing by somebody who doesn't switch up, that is on you. And later on, you're going to be like, dang, I lost all the real ones. That's on you.
Because you thought you wanted to go after numbers and not, you wanted to go after
that part. That's how people are though in this industry, and you got to face it. And it sucks. But that's one thing I realized is, and that's why I said, for all those who didn't believe, you are forgiven. It's unfortunate you're not a visionary. I'm not going to cry about you not being a visionary.
Right. That's the key word.
I'm not going to cry about you not being a visionary. You just don't have that skill set. That is on you. And because of that, you're going to shrink yourself forever in life. I'm very key to, I don't network here. Sometimes I do. But I'm very key. Yeah, that is important that a lot of people don't realize. It is important because these people are your allies. And as they grind and they get bigger and bigger, and they start reaching into their network, when you have your allies, you can bring them onto your network and they will bring you into their network. And now you're both growing, you know? But if you're always looking for people that are up top, not that I'm saying you ain't going to get there anyway, because once you get to a certain level, you don't even trust people. So I'm not even letting you in the door because you know why someone's there. You got to catch people before they get on. You can't catch them when they're on. The trust ain't the same. But if you catch people before they get on, that trust can't be broken unless you do something stupid. You know what I mean?
So I agree. So what does success look like for you? When is the point that you can like take a breath of fresh air and say, yo,
when I can live in Los Angeles and not be sweating because it costs to breathe. Nah. That is a true thing. But no, in reality, I'm already successful. It already looks like this is what it looks like. When people hit you up and say, because of you, I decided not to give up on my dream. I remember when you was doing this and you inspired me, and look what I started. That my life has been able to plant seeds in other people, and I'm a part of people's wins, whether I want to face it or not. And that to me is why I told you again why I got in the game. I just wanted to be able to show people, hey, if you follow God and you're obedient and you stick to it, He can change your circumstances. And if people are looking at my life story and they're now moving up, or they're now doing things they never thought they were going to do, that is success for me, because that is my purpose, just to help somebody become a better person. So this is what it looks like. Whether I still, whether I got the money to show for, whether people are like, well, you're not successful because you're not big and you don't have the money and you're this, that, and the third. That's what success looks like to you. But for me, honey, this is why I got peace. And
that's tangible. I'm talking about real quality. Like, what can make you sleep? Success is like what can make you sleep at night with a smile on my face, without my anxiety going crazy, without me.
And because of that, I have peace and I have joy. And it's crazy because one of my friends said, yo, every time you're going through a struggle, I can't even tell you, make a joke and then it's funny to you. That's because I have reached success. So to me, it don't matter what's going on left and right. When somebody asks me and calls me on the phone, hey, I know that, you're connected to God. I want you to pray for me. That's success to me, because that means I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm okay with that. That's it. So this is what success looks like. I feel like I've reached that.
What's the long-term goal in the industry? I know. I feel like the whole show.
Well, I want my Emmy. Period. Oh, hey Queen, hey Chrissy. We haven't talked in a long time. Love you. That's my girl. No matter how long we don't go to talk, that she will forever be my girl. But anyway, I wanted my Emmy. Period. I'm going to get my Emmy, period. And I'm going to get multiple Emmys, because I know once I get my show, I keep telling whoever's going to be my producer and my showrunner, guess what? When we get to this point, they're going to be like, we ain't never seen a run like this before. It's going to be history making, because I'm grinding so much. I know what it takes to hustle. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I want my Emmy. I need my role on Power. I'm going to continue to say this. I've been watching Power. Yo, I've been watching.
Who
What you say?
Your character on Power? Who would be your character on Power? Like, how would you?
Girl, that's the thing. Because I just told you about my parents. I said I can't. At 50, I know you like nudity. I can't be showing. You know, and I know I got. You know, I can't be showing to the world. Okay. So that's. So let me be clear, okay? So I know I'm going to need to do a little role that, like, you know, just something simple. Let me be at the bodega, and the people visit the bodega, and I'm like, oh, what? Because I can't have those roles, and then, you know, and then I'm trending online, and I can't do that.
Listen, I'll be a tomboy girl.
Okay.
I can be the gutter girl.
Let me be the girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody, there's always a girl that was the good, sweet, innocent girl in the hood. Let me be her. Okay, so I
don't need to be doing this, but I'm doing it anyway.
And I definitely can't be Tasha under somebody like Amari Harper, because then I wouldn't know how to act. So we just gonna say the bodega girl, because I think I can do that really well, and I think it will be believable. They're gonna be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? This a little hood, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I can do it really well. So 50 Cent, write that role in. You know what I'm saying? Or so that's just that, a bodega girl, because I want my role in Power. Because I just feel like, you know, I just have to have that role. But I do see myself in movies, because I do think I'm a great actress, period. So I do see myself in movies, but the Emmy for me is very important. It's so important. I already wrote my Emmy speech out. Right? But
you're getting.
But I already wrote my speech.
And I'm so happy I got this recording, because when it happens, I can't wait to post this video.
Right. First of all, it was my show.
Let's put a time frame on it. 2 years ago.
No, seriously, I literally wrote my Emmy speech, and this is where people call me extra, and I get it, because when I looked about it, I was like, all right, Shy, you did too much. But I literally was practicing my speech in the mirror, and then it brought me to tears, and I was crying. I said, are you doing too much?
I've done that in the shower. I do stuff like that in the shower. But it's also me, like, it's me accepting, like, it's not even, I don't go as far as like an Emmy or anything. I'm over here, like, if I'm speaking on a panel or someone, I'm getting honored at an organization because I help young girls.
Girl, because you gotta see it. Like, that's the part when you said we gotta be a little delusional. I'm not going to lie.
Delusional.
Girl, I'll be in the mirror crying, boiling tears. And look, I already got the line. I had the lines. I'll be like, and this is to all the women out there. Girl, it's extra. But this speech is gonna go hard. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna go hard. But anyway, yeah, I just also too, I want to have my own like scholarship program that help impoverished youth to go to college or to get their trade or to do whatever they want in the future. Because college isn't for everybody, right? You know, I'm not even working with my degree field. And, you know, Sally Mae's still talking about I'm in debt. And I'm like, dog, I've been out for like 8 years. Like, what you talking about?
Let me tell you, they be like, they talk about student loans. I'm like, what's that? They ain't bothering me. I ain't bothering them. I told my sister, I'm probably the only person probably where, there's probably a few of us, but I don't receive my student loans on my credit report. Like, it does nothing on my credit report.
It's on stop. It's on complete hold.
So I'm just like,
you put it in deferred loan. Okay.
And I called her. I was like, well, I'm never going to be able to pay this. What happens? She said, just keep going and deferring it.
So and that's another reason I'm waiting for that group check.
My thing is, I'm going to get enough money where I can just send y'all a money order when I get on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm waiting for that big check or my big husband that's going to pay it off. Which one? Whatever comes first. But anyway.
Praying for the big husband. So, I don't want it to be my money. I want it to be his because he believes in me so much.
Right, because, you know, my husband, you know, he gave me that energy. I'm in my soft girl energy. Bye. Because watch is completely opposite. But yeah, girl. Yeah, so that's what I see, like, in my future. Like, I have saw it all. You know, I got the Emmy. I got the Oscar to go with my power role. You know, I have my husband. I have my two maximum cute, innocent, well-behaved, and disciplined children. Okay? I want to be very clear. And you know, and then I have my scholarship, you know, fund where I'm funding the impoverished youth. Once I get to that point, though, where I'm able to start helping kids from impoverished communities and start building resources, then is when I know I'm at the top of my game, because that is something that I have to do. Like, I just have to do it. So yeah, so that's what my future looks like. And of course, like, you know, I'm going to be on yachts and all of that, and I'm gonna have a private jet. I'm telling you that right now, because I'm so sick of.
I can't wait to be at P. Diddy's party.
Buddy Pass is ghetto. And you know, I fly Buddy Pass because I'm constantly traveling, and I need that cheap rate. Hello.
Okay, so I'm scared to fly with a Buddy Pass and have gone broke paying for a flight.
You know, you kind of learn
I'm
the system,
that I'm gonna get
and you know, like, okay, make sure you take the earliest flight. That's why I'm always at the airport no later than 5 a.m. because I'm getting on the 5 a.m. flight. So 9 times 10, I got to the airport at 3 a.m. because people miss their flights, and when people miss their flights, then you get a seat. So, and then you know the day is not to fly on, so you know, if you got a gig that you really, really have to be in, I'm not flying out last minute. I already flew out like at least 3-4 days in advance, so I'm already there. You give me some time. But that's because I'm broke. So what I said was, I can't wait for my private jet, because then I don't have to do the Buddy Pass life. Because flying from Los Angeles to Jersey or to New York, yo, it's like $700, $800, $900. Y'all can kiss my grits.
And I want.
Oh wait, hold on. Hold on, charter jet. All right, write that down. Charter jet.
I said I want to move to LA, but I was like, for me to move to LA, I need a promotion, and it has to make sense.
You would do
something. On this
something.
salary, I'm moving there. I'm doing really well in New York here for the first time in my life. Like, everybody going crazy. I'm like, I finally got a job where it's not as bad. Let me ask you.
What is? I know you're doing the interview, and now I'm putting on my interview hat. But I do think you would do well in Los Angeles. I see you like build from the mud up. Like, you'll do well wherever you're at. I don't have no worries that you're not going to do well. Like, I literally saw you like get it out the mud. So my question to you is like, what is your end goal? Like, what is it?
Damn. I think I'm still figuring out myself in the industry, but I too want my own show.
So yeah, so we right here. So this is why you gotta keep doing bag talk.
I want to help people.
No, for real.
Literally, I also want to work behind the scenes on shows. Like, I want to produce shows as well. Like, I've noticed that sometimes I don't want to be behind the camera, but I still like to be involved. I still want to be involved and stuff, which is why I'm doing the business legal affairs route, to learn these things, because I also want to master learning these things so that I can help people who can't afford a lawyer. I can be like a consultant and say, hey, this agreement, you should do this, you should do that. So that's also another thing I'm learning, which is like another whole thing in the industry.
Oh, we need you. If you understand the business, we need you. You are valuable, sweetheart. You're going to be negotiating your own deal.
That's another thing I'm finding my value in that. Literally. And that's something I'm learning value in that. I'm like, if I ever say one day I don't want to be in front of the camera no more, I have all these other plans behind me that I'm harnessing these skill sets in, that it's like I'll be set up regardless to be in this industry, even if I'm not in front of the camera. I don't mind getting awards and I'm not even seen. I don't care. I just want to be invited to the party.
Period.
My bills is paid and be with the girls.
Period. No, that definitely is it. And you're going to do it. You're going to be able to do all things. I just say, just keep going and don't worry about rejection. I think that's the biggest thing. Once we get over the hump of being rejected and telling no's, once you're bulletproof to that, girl, you're going to be able to go far. Because I still get rejected, and sometimes I do be getting my feelings because I'm like, what are you even talking about? Why are you rejecting me?
I think, and back in the day, it probably was like,
you be like, why you
like,
even reject me from your little rinky-dink little activity?
What do you mean, no?
The activity.
I did
it kind of like get on your nerves. At that point, you just like, all right, it was low vibrational over there anyway. It was rinky-dink. It was ghetto anyway.
I didn't need it.
Yeah,
I wasn't meant to be there.
That one thing, it's gonna start getting on your nerves after a while. It's not even that you like, oh, what do I need to do? You just like, okay, hold the frick on, because now that this one.
And then when you see the person who got the opportunity, it's like, so what you did like about me?
And girl, and that's another thing. That's what I hate too, because I try not to. I never focus on. I only focus on my supporters. I can't see haters because I can't stand them things. Okay, So I can't see them. But you have to realize that, like, again, like, your energy, your light, it's going to be very hard sometimes when people aren't confident. Just because these people have positions don't mean they're confident. And what happens is your strengths ignites their weaknesses. And some people can't sit with that. You know, they can't sit with that. And they'll sometimes just deny you just because, oh, I got the power to do so. And I feel like you get everything anyway. So I'm going to do it. Well, that's fine.
But you won't gag if I find another way in.
Hi, how you doing? Oh, didn't know that I actually knew the owner. Because that happened to me a time. You know, that really did happen one time. And I'm just like, yeah, because y'all don't understand. I've been grinding so long and so hard. Like, and that's why I like older people, because they are the best. The older people in this industry, they're different. They're not as catty as the new people. Yeah,
they love giving you an
and people don't realize, it's like, oh, you thought you was doing something, but that's my whole mentor. You ain't even doing nothing. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I don't really, like, you know, spread out who all is in my network, because that's not necessary. But that's what I would say. Like, that really happened to me one time. Oh, you thought you was doing something. You're not doing anything, actually, because I actually know the people who actually put on this joint. So now I'm here.
Now I was trying to do it the normal way, but now let me go ahead and hit these.
Yeah, like, and like a lot of people like to play in your face, but it's okay. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna have to watch the rise. So play all you want. I'm not playing. So I don't know what to tell you.
I love this. I feel like anybody who's gonna go back and watch this, if anything, your energy itself, everything you don't preach in part 1 and 2, because we're in part 2 right now. Like, it's so, this is exactly what I wanted for my show. I didn't have a time frame of how long I want guests on. I'm just like, if your interview is 15 minutes, it's 15 minutes. If it's 20, if it's an hour long, because I just want to get from people. And I feel like you poured into me as usual, but I feel like this was so pure. This is so authentic. This was such a testimony too, because you're really an example of that. Anything is possible if you stay consistent, you work for it, and you're a sweetheart, and you have like a good spirit too. So also being a good person, because I feel like people think you got to be a certain way to make it in this industry.
My kindness has gotten me into doors as well. You know, that's a part of the favor. That's a part of being obedient to God. And I would say, like, a lot, like, when I first got when I was doing Sister Circle and I was, you know, going on before they can't, like, a lot of these programs canceled during the pandemic. And when I was doing that, and that was a live show, they gave me my first live show experience. But how I got there was when I was doing Mad Talking in the streets, interviewing people in the streets, there was a guy, it was during like one of Trump's phases, and I was trying to get how people feel. And there was a guy in the streets, and I wanted to interview him. He's just to me, he was just a regular guy. So, you know, I interviewed him, and we just built a connection from there. He ended up becoming a producer for Sister Circle on TV1. And they were like, oh, we need a host that's energetic that can get this lit. He was like, I know the exact same host. And he called me. There wasn't no audition phase. You see what I'm talking about? Building connections left and right. And because of that connection left and right, and I was kind. It wasn't, oh, he can't get me to where I need to be. He can't talk on my camera. He can't. No, it wasn't none of that. Oh, you a real one? Oh, I like your opinion. Oh, talk on this camera. You know what I'm saying? And when I tell you, when it got down to it, he poured right back into me. He gave me my first live show experience. Like, I've talked live on television, because a lot of these shows are edited. But when you speak live, it's a whole different ballgame. Like, you really got to be sharp. And it's because of him. But that is somebody who wasn't where they're at now. I met him when he wasn't a producer on a talk show. You know what I'm saying? And he remembered you. And that's why I said that kindness, that genuine spirit, it goes a long way. You get what I'm saying? People are going to remember you and remember how they treated you and remember how you treat other people. And they're going to be like, nah, I feel like this person deserves the opportunity. Let me call them. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said build genuine relationships. Because my relationship with him wasn't, what can he do for me? It was just, we vibed. That was it. And then he's the reason why my reels starting to be popping. And it's like people don't realize that. And I don't care. For the people who don't realize that, that means you're an evil person and you don't deserve it anyway. If you don't believe that kindness is the way to go, if you don't believe that being genuine is the way to go, you don't deserve it anyway. So I don't care if you don't get it. I hope you don't get through the doors, because you're the problem that we're having in this entertainment industry. You're the problem we're having in any industry. People are so entitled, and they only want to do, they only want to be around you if it's a transactional relationship, or if they can take something from you. People don't approach relationships like, how can I pour into this person? How can I give to this person? How can I just make their day better? No, they approach relationships, how can I take?
And this is why the suicide, depression is at an all-time high.
Girl, but they're missing a lot of blessings, because most of my blessings, most of my things that work, most of my network worked from genuine, real kindness. So, I don't know what to tell people. It's cliche, but it is what it is. That's how the universe works. That's how God designed the universe to work. So either you get with it, or you finish last, or you don't finish at all.
And you're living proof of that. So we're coming to the end. This was amazing. I want you to two things, some final advice for anyone watching this who wants to get into the industry, who wants to be a host, who wants to be on the
my first advice would be, make sure your reflections know. Okay. My first advice, I would say this, because you said only 2, and I got like 100. So I'll get, okay. No,
you can name them. I'm saying I have 2.
I got chill. Right. Now
it's a movie now.
No. All right. So my first advice would be to never surrender. That's very, very important. No matter what you are going through, do not surrender. No matter if the circumstances get tough, the mountain can be high, the valley can be low, your friends can leave you, your boyfriend can backstab you. Do not surrender. Keep going. It's going to look crazy. When you get to the other side, you're going to look back and be like, yo, I'm glad I kept going. So that's my first advice, because I wanted to quit so many times, but it was something in my spirit that didn't allow me to quit. And now that I look back, I'm like, yo, if you would have quit, you would have missed all of this. So don't quit. 2, make sure your decisions reflect your destiny and not your circumstances. Okay? Because when you're making a decision, you need to make a decision on how this is going to affect your tomorrow. Not how, because if the circumstance is crazy, you like, okay, say for instance, I don't got money like that to pay my rent. All right, so I need to make this decision on just to go home, because that's my circumstance. You're not making a decision based on, oh, I want to chase this dream. You're making a decision based on the circumstance of, I don't got no money to stay here. You see how backwards that is? You're going to fail if you make decisions based on your circumstances. You gotta make sure your decisions reflect your future, what you want your tomorrow to look like. And if you keep your eyes forward, you're always going to be bigger than your past. Just got to keep your eyes this way. You can't turn around. That's my biggest advice. Always think about your tomorrow and how this is going to affect your tomorrow and how this can change your tomorrow. Yep, that's it.
Yeah. And describe yourself in 3 words.
I will say sweet but spicy. Energetic.
South Pass.
And I would say loving.
I would have thought rare. Like your energy, you are a rare person. Like, definitely. I appreciate you so much for coming on here. For those who are watching now, for YouTube, let them know where to find you.
Shy Said So on all platforms. Shy Said So. It ain't changing up. Anytime you type in Shy Said So, you're going to find me. I do have some things coming up. I am kind of in that back against the wall season, like, and a lot of deals are like looking shaky. But y'all know me. I'm going to prevail. So just stay tuned. Keep your eyes open and, be obedient to God and allow God to order your steps. And y'all going to make it.
Kara, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on. We are locked in. And I'm making a trip to
Period. Y'all know I love a rooftop. So I can look fake bougie.
Yes. I'm wearing sneakers though. Sorry. If you push on some hills, I'm be sitting like, look at me like a good
You can wear all the sneakers you want. It's fine. No problem.
But thank you so
much.
much.
Success to you. You're beautiful. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Night.
Thank you so much. Good night.